Your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, well, good evening to you. We are live in the Matex Heating and Cooling Weather Garden tonight, and it is beautiful out here. We've got some cloud cover, but it feels great, nice and cool all across the region. And temperatures, again, have cooled already in some areas to the low 60s and even, look at that, upper 50s, 58 degrees up in Bloomington right now. So it's really going to cool off tonight, especially as we start to get some clearing on some of these skies. Quickly, temperatures back down into those lower 50s. We're talking 40s for tomorrow morning. We'll break that down into further detail when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
It shows that the community pulling together for a family and a terrible tragedy.
Friends and family say goodbye to the 5-year-old killed in a bus crash, while some who didn't even know him showed up as well.
It's troubling that we're even in this entire process.
The president is asking China and Ukraine to investigate the Bidens. What Rodney Davis had to say about those comments.
To be here now is so special.
And it's the newest smackdown on the mat. What nationally televised event is coming to Central Illinois?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
We just wanted to try to do something nice for them, and we didn't expect an outcome like this.
All week, we've watched people in Central Illinois support a crash victim's family. Today was no different. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. More than 100 motorcyclists led a funeral procession for 5-year-old Tyson Mendoza. Mendoza was on a school bus that crashed with an SUV south of Sullivan Friday. 56-year-old Lori Samples was also killed. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is here now. So, Courtney, explain why all the motorcycles.
Yeah, Jennifer, well, remember how people have been wearing blue all week, and that's because that was Mendoza's favorite color. Well, he loved motorcycles too, and that's why this was the perfect tribute.
This was what we were hoping for to give Tyson a great send-off.
Every life means something to someone, but the amount of people Tyson Mendoza's life touched is hard to measure.
It was her baby. It was their baby, 5 years old. Put him on a bus. You thought they was going to be safe, but accidents happen.
Friday's accident outside of Sullivan has sparked a petition for safety improvements, and the Secretary of Transportation is going to do a traffic analysis. But at Mendoza's funeral, people were focused on one thing: showing support for the family.
I have 4 kids of my own, and I'd be absolutely heartbroken if something like this happened to my family.
But they all wanted to be here to show that he won't be forgotten, all wearing his favorite color and riding on one of his favorite things. Lining up along the side of Schilling Funeral Home in Mattoon.
Tyson just loved motorcycles. He loved four-wheelers, and Justin's uncle has Harleys and dirt bikes and four-wheelers, and every time he'd go into Troy's garage, it was like, wow, motorcycles. It was meant to be.
Jeff Ratliff organized the bikers, along with Heath Crary.
My nephew happened to be on the bus that day, and it's been very hard on everybody.
But as hard as it's been, it's also been easy to unite and support a grieving family.
I think it shows we all have huge hearts, and we're willing to give and support our friends, our family, and our neighbors.
IDOT data shows that 29 crashes have happened at the intersection where Mendoza was killed since 2008. 3 people have died in 2 accidents since that time. Jennifer.
What a sight, though, to see all of those bikes there for Tyson. All right, thank you so much. The Sullivan Elementary School PTO is accepting donations for the Mendoza family. They'll have a table set up at tomorrow night's football game where people can give. Searchers in Clark County are still looking for a missing man. Take a very close look. 66-year-old Charles Egner was last seen walking in a wooded area yesterday in Martinsville. He was wearing a camo shirt and camo pants. Police say he has dementia. They spent more than 6 hours looking for him yesterday. They started again this morning. There are search and rescue teams, drones, an airplane, canine, and bloodhounds. thermal imaging, and more out there trying to find this man. If you've seen him, call the Clark County Sheriff's Office.
Here's an update now. Plans for the new homeless shelter in Springfield are dead. Helping Hands Springfield posted on Facebook it will no longer pursue plans to put the center on 11th Street. The location of the center drew controversy from East Side community leaders in the Illinois NAACP. The decision to scrap plans for the shelter comes a day after Mayor Langfelder held a meeting with shelter stakeholders. We have new information about the future of the Edgar County Jail. Officials have been given 8 weeks to figure out a plan or it'll be shut down. The jail lost insurance coverage from the Illinois County's Risk Management Trust. It's slated to close December 1st. Officials met today to discuss what's next. They say no movement was made. A review of the jail cited 9 critical issues that made it ineligible for coverage, including Christmas lights being used in place of light fixtures. We have more details on what was found on WCIA.com.
Following up to the fight at Centennial High School in Champaign, new video of it has come out. It shows a student being singled out by the group. Now that student is being treated for a concussion. His family had actually tried transferring him out of Centennial because of bullying. They say the district denied their request. His family says those same students in the video were the ones who had been doing the bullying. His family is going to the state's attorney, Champaign Police, getting involved as well in that one. Officials at Eastern Illinois University says the future looks bright despite a tight budget. In a State of the University address, EIU's president says the full-time freshman enrollment is up more than 12% this year. He also pointed to a 50% increase in transfer students from other four-year universities. History was made this morning at Danville Area Community College. The presidents of DAC and ISU signed an agreement to let students seamlessly transfer to the ISU Mennonite College of Nursing. The two agreements include a dual enrollment plan and a pathway program. DAC students must first have completed a set of prerequisite courses to the satisfaction of ISU's admissions requirements.
New at 6, Republican Congressman Rodney Davis said he doesn't think President Trump committed a crime when he asked foreign governments, including the Ukraine and China, to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden. Except under election law, it is illegal for anyone to ask for or receive anything of value from a foreign national in connection to a U.S. election. Now, Davis explained why he opposes the impeachment inquiry in an interview with Mark Maxwell on Capital Connection.
If a foreign government gives the president opposition research, they couldn't make a contribution to his campaign. They could not give cash. That's illegal. That's barred. Is that not an in-kind contribution?
I guess we'll cross that bridge if there's any information ever given. I mean, clearly, you've got to have information to have an in-kind contribution.
For the president to seek it out, that doesn't trouble you?
It's troubling that we're even in this entire process. I'm troubled by what the entire process is happening and what is going on. I'm very troubled by it. I'm very troubled that we're sitting in the midst of impeachment right now.
You can watch more of that exclusive interview this Sunday on Capital Connection. The full discussion is online at WCIA.com.
The state is rich in history. Why Illinois scholars say there's much more to learn about the land of Lincoln.
Also tonight.
I'm glad that's my job.
They're set to slap the mat what elite group of athletes is making its move toward the State Farm Center.
And the weather today, it's been beautiful. A recap, how about 72 and 65? That number is going to change. It's changing by the minute here as the temperatures get quite a bit cooler. We've got readings that are already down into the lower 60s. We're going to come back. We're going to be talking about these changes that are on the way. How there could be some rain for the weekend. That's on the forecast coming up.